Hello, everybody. This is Gary. Today is October 30th, 2021. It is 5:03 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the United States in Rochester, New York. This is my coping with schizophrenia log entry for today. This morning I went to the psychiatric emergency room for a lot of different reasons. My apartment is infested with cockroaches, and I was spraying bug spray all over the place. I was afraid that I might have accidentally poisoned myself with it. My hallucinations and my paranoia was really bad. I hadn't slept in 2 or 3 days. The cockroaches are something that I have a phobia about. I really don't like cockroaches that much, and I sprayed a lot of bug spray all over my apartment, which may have made my psychiatric symptoms worse. I was worried about my mental and physical health, so I called the emergency room, or actually for an ambulance. It was it was very early this morning. It was like, I don't know, 5 or 6 in the morning. The police came. They talked to me. I explained to them what was going on, that I wasn't feeling right, that my hallucinations, I have auditory hallucinations, were really bad. They were telling me to commit suicide. My paranoia was really bad. I was afraid that I got myself sick from the bug spray. So I went to the psychiatric emergency room. Luckily, this time, surprisingly, the psychiatric emergency room wasn't that crowded. I was able to see a psychiatrist within like an hour of my getting there, which is actually pretty quick, because the last time I went to the psychiatric emergency room, it was packed with like 45 people and a space meant for 20 people. And I spent 26 hours there waiting to talk to a psychiatrist. They gave me some Klonopin and some Zyprexa to calm me down. They did a neurological exam and said that I was all right. They checked my eyes to see if my pupils were dilated. They tested my arms and my legs to make sure I was moving okay. They checked my heart, my lungs, my blood pressure to make sure that I was medically stable. After they gave me the Klonopin and the Zyprexa, I went to sleep for a few hours. I was feeling better. Still don't like cockroaches, and they're still in my apartment. But I'll take it one step at a time. It's the weekend. I can't get hold of my landlord until Monday. They did come through to treat my apartment for cockroaches, but they only used a little bit of spray, and the cockroaches were like everywhere this morning. They were inside my refrigerator. They were on the counter. I sprayed the door of my refrigerator with bug spray. I was afraid that I contaminated my food, which I threw out any food that I thought that I accidentally sprayed. So I obviously don't want to eat that food. I haven't seen any cockroaches since I got back from the hospital. I left the hospital around 1 o'clock this afternoon, so I was there 4 or 5 hours. I'm doing better. I don't have any Klonopin with me. The prescription can't be filled until tomorrow, so I'm going to Walgreens tomorrow to pick up my Klonopin. I have a visit with my crisis therapist on Tuesday, which the hospital didn't want me to miss. And actually, I went to the doctor and told her that I wasn't suicidal anymore, that my hallucinations went down, that I was feeling calmer. And so they called a taxi and let me go home. They had to evaluate me first real quickly. The second time, I just went up to the nurse's station and said I wanted to see the psychiatrist because I wanted to go home, and that I wasn't actively suicidal or violent. So they let me go home. They called me a taxi, Medicaid cab, and I came home. I'm doing the best I can to cope. The Klonopin they gave me helped a lot. And the psychiatrist wrote a prescription for Klonopin yesterday, but the pharmacy said it was too early to fill it. Klonopin's a controlled substance, so they could only fill it like after a certain time period from the last Klonopin prescription, which I ran out of. So I can't get hold of the Klonopin until tomorrow. I do have all my other meds. I have my Zyprexa, my Seroquel, Neurontin. The Neurontin's for anxiety. I know most people don't think of Neurontin as being used for anxiety, but if you take it steadily on a regular basis, it can help alleviate anxiety. The Zyprexa is for hallucinations and my paranoia. The Seroquel is to help me sleep, but it's also for the hallucinations and the paranoia and the delusions. I came home, took a shower, changed in some clean clothes because I hadn't had a chance to do that at the hospital. I took a shower, changed my clothes. Right now, I'm just making this video to inform people why I haven't made a video in a couple of days. One of the people that follow me contacted me through Twitter, which I appreciate. It's always nice to know that somebody's thinking about you and hoping that you're doing well. And he had sent me a message through Twitter asking where I've been for the past couple of days because I haven't made a video. And I didn't make a video because I was feeling like really crappy over the past 2 or 3 days. I haven't slept in 2 or 3 days. I did get a little bit of sleep today at the hospital. Hopefully I'll get to sleep tonight. I'm going to take my night meds around 8 p.m. and then includes 600 milligrams of Seroquel. I think it's 300 milligrams of Neurontin, 4 milligrams of Zyprexa. And like I said, I don't have a Klonopin to help deal with the anxiety until tomorrow. And I'm only allowed half a milligram twice a day. The psychiatrist actually told me he would prefer that I not take 2 Klonopin twice a day and only 2 Klonopin twice a day, only if it's absolutely necessary. And it seemed necessary over the past couple of days because I was feeling like really, really agitated, anxious, hallucinations were bad, insomnia was bad. And when I get insomnia, it becomes a vicious circle where I hallucinate more, then I can't sleep, then I hallucinate even more, and it just goes around and around in circles. And I was getting fed up. I just couldn't deal with the fucking cockroaches and the hallucinations and the paranoia. They were all aggravating me, and I don't know. I just didn't feel right at all. I didn't feel safe. I didn't feel calm. I was really, really agitated. So I went to the psychiatric emergency room. There weren't a lot of people there. The first thing I asked the nurse, who they do what's called triage. You get up to the psychiatric ward, which is a locked facility. It's the psychiatric emergency room is locked. You go upstairs in the elevator, and that elevator can only be accessed by the staff with an electronic key card. So once you're there, you're stuck there until you see a psychiatrist. And luckily, they saw me pretty quickly. They gave me some Klonopin and Zyprexa. I think they gave me a little bit of Seroquel, if I remember correctly, too. They gave me some Miralax for constipation. My psychiatric meds tend to cause constipation. They gave me my high blood pressure medication because I do have high blood pressure, and it was pretty high when they checked it, but that's normal. When I'm agitated, of course, my blood pressure is going to go up even more. When I got into the ambulance, they did a neurological exam because I told them about the bug spray, which is something that can affect your nervous system. They shined a light into my eyes to make sure my pupils weren't dilated. They gave me some memory tests. They asked me questions like how many quarters in $1.50, who's president of the United States, what hospital am I going to, just to see that if I was clear-headed or not. They were just trying to see if I was really sick or not from all that bug spray. and apparently I wasn't affected by it. They asked me if I was having trouble breathing. I told them no. I actually did go to the emergency room because I thought I was having difficulty breathing 2 days ago. They gave me an x-ray of my chest. My lungs were clear. My oxygen levels were normal. They checked for a heart attack. There's a blood test they can do that certain enzymes are elevated if you're having a heart attack or having any heart problems. That came back negative. So I actually made 2 visits to the hospital in the past 3 days. The first one was because I thought, again, that the bug spray was poisoning me. And then 2 days later, the psychiatric symptoms just got worse, and I went to the hospital. This has all been a really shitty past couple of days. I haven't felt good at all over the past 3 days. Sleeping very little to none. But I'm just going to try to cope the best I can. They told me if I use the bug spray to make sure that the windows are open and to turn the fans on, because if you're going to use strong chemicals, you have to air out the apartment. And I do have some fans, and I could easily open the window if I use more bug spray. It's just I really fucking hate cockroaches, and they just really aggravate my psychiatric symptoms. They asked me if I was hallucinating the presence of the cockroaches, and I go, no, I don't have visual hallucinations. That's not part of my schizophrenia. Visual hallucinations have never been a part of my schizophrenia. The only time I've ever had visual hallucinations is under the influence of drugs like marijuana. One time I was smoking marijuana and somebody put some PCP in it without me knowing it, and I was hallucinating from that visually. But I never hallucinated visually with my schizophrenia. That's never been a part of my schizophrenia. It's never been a part of my psychosis. My hallucinations have always been auditory, and usually the auditory hallucinations are just telling me that people are following me, that they're spying on me. But this morning they were telling me to kill myself, and I was getting really frustrated and scared. So the cockroaches are real. They're definitely there. I wasn't hallucinating them. But all's well that ends well, I guess. I'm going to talk to my landlord on Monday about what to do about this fucking cockroach infestation. I don't know where this infestation is coming from. I keep my apartment pretty clean. I clean it on a regular basis. I vacuum. I clean the counters and the floors with bleach. I clean the entire bathroom with bleach. I vacuum the living room. I'm in a studio apartment, so living room and bedroom are the same room. So the room that I'm in right now is my bedroom, and that's also my living room. I haven't really, oddly enough, I really haven't been seeing the cockroaches so much in the living room as I have in the bathroom and the kitchen. And maybe they're attracted to food. Maybe I'm leaving some crumbs behind. I don't know what the fuck it is. But I try to keep this apartment as clean as possible. And I really don't know where all these cockroaches are coming from. I mean, when I first moved in, I saw maybe 1 or 2 cockroaches in like 8 or 9 months. Every once in a while, I'd see a cockroach. I just kill it, spray it with, some bleach or something, and throw it in the toilet and flush it away. But this time, these cockroaches are everywhere, at least everywhere in the kitchen, even in my refrigerator, which really, really frustrated me. It's bad enough to have them on the counters. It's bad enough to have them in the cupboards. But if they're actually getting into my fucking refrigerator, that means they're on my goddamn food. And that's really, really frustrating. So all of this has just aggravated all my psychiatric symptoms. And so I went to the psychiatric emergency room. After sleeping for 4 or 5 hours, I just told the doctor that I wasn't suicidal. My voices weren't as bad as they were before. I'm not violent. I'm not a violent person. I've never been a violent... Well, that's not true. I've gotten into fights. But I've never been a violent person due to my psychosis or due to my schizophrenia. But generally speaking, I'm doing better, and I'm going to try to get some sleep tonight. So like, share, subscribe. If you want to help my channel, I'll leave a link to donate to my channel on PayPal in the description. Share my videos on social media like Facebook and Twitter. It helps my channel grow. If you want me to see me do a video on a specific topic, just let me know in the comment section. And that's it for now.